Good day, my name is Kevin Pace. Today is October 17th, 2014, and today I'm going to demonstrate the mobile app and the console app for jSTAR Journey Management System, which is owned by Clearfleet Data Systems Incorporated, located in Medicine Hat, Alberta. For more information on this product, you can visit jstar.ca, jSTAR.ca, and you can see some videos and find out more information about the product there. So today we're going to look at the mobile app in the console. So we're starting right now inside the mobile app. You can see I'm logged in as Kevin right now, and I'm currently located at my house. So today we're going to plan a trip, and you can see on the map here that we have some saved locations throughout the province. And as well, you can see our current location as marked by the vehicle, the truck. We can either click on an icon on the map. You can see there's Zama City, has a lat long, last time I visited, how many times I visited, etc. Or we can click on the list view and just select a location. So today let's go to Lethbridge, and then let's drive to Zama City as well. Why not, huh? It's going to be a long trip today. Let's go ahead and click on continue. And what the software is currently doing is fetching all of the road conditions, weather conditions, and information that it can find, including advisories and warnings, etc. And it's preparing all this information for us right now. So here we go. So you can see there are quite a few different road conditions that we have encountered. We can go ahead and look at these conditions. So we found 22 segments, and it looks like for the most part, with the exception of near Zama, we got some fog in the area. For the most part, it's bare, dry, but a little bit of fog. And you can also see the weather conditions for each of the major cities that we're going to be traveling through today. So you might ask yourself, Kevin, you know, that's nice and all, but I don't really want to take this route. I want to go through a different route. Not a problem. All you have to do is drag and drop the the road to the location that you want, and it'll actually recalculate your route and provide you with all new information, including cities that you might be traveling through, and that is all on the fly, as they say, so it's all automatic. Now that we have our route planned, the next step is to answer some questions. Now these questions help to determine, it helps the oilfield companies to determine the driving conditions for the actual drivers themselves. So I'm just going to simulate a moderate risk trip. You can see there's some multiple choice, there's some yes or no questions, and all of these questions are located in the manager's console. They can be edited, changed, etc. based on the company's preferences. We can add passengers to this trip if we want. Apparently I have cap lock on. We can give a trip purpose. And once we have everything set, we can calculate and review. So based on everything that we've answered and looked at, this is a moderate risk trip which requires approval from my manager to continue. So I'm going to go ahead and request authorization, and when I do that, it's actually going to check if my manager is logged into the console, and it will alert my manager there, and if my manager is not logged in, it will send a text message asking for them to log in and approve me. So let's go ahead and request authorization. And you probably heard my phone ding. That's because I'm not logged in, so I just received a text message that I need approval. So here we are waiting for approval for this trip. Right now I have the options to cancel the trip. I can click and call my manager, which is me at the moment, or we can close the program. You can also see that there is a little checkbox up here that says notify me by text when a decision is made. By checking this, I can go ahead and leave my phone alone, and I will get an alert, a text message, when a decision has been made. So I'm just going to uncheck this for now. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump over to the console now, and we're going to see what the manager sees when I've just requested a trip. All right, let's take a quick look at the manager's console. Right now we're looking at the team view. So there's three different views available. There will be a team view where the manager can view their team members. There'll be a regional view, and the regional manager can view all teams. And then there'll be an administrator view where an administrator can log in, create teams, create regions, etc. So right now we are looking at the team view. I am Team Medicine Hat. My region is Alberta. And the reason that we create regions is so that we can set time zones and conditions, etc. based on regions. So let's take a look at some of the different tools and features that the console offers managers. So starting at the very top here, you can see that we have SMS text messaging. Now we have the ability to broadcast a text message, or we can send individual messages. I'm going to go ahead and send hello world to myself, and you'll hear it in just a moment ding on my phone. There we go, just received that text message saying hello world. And to show full communication, I'm going to go ahead and respond back with a simple hello. And you can see that I am notified in the console that Kevin has texted and said hello. And if we like, we can come in here and we can review. Let's clear that. All right, so we have full communication with the drivers, either broadcast or individual text messaging built in. We have a map which shows all of the locations of the drivers. So I'm currently logged into a trip and I still haven't left my home. If I were to get into my vehicle and drive, every time I check in, this marker will update and notify the manager of my new location. We can show weather information. Let's go ahead and turn that on here. There we go. So the manager can view the weather throughout the entire province or the region that they are managing. We can go ahead and turn the cloud layer on. Just going to go ahead and turn on satellite view just so we can see the clouds a little easier. There we go. So we can watch weather patterns moving in. Also, another neat feature, because we're using the Google API, if I want to, I can actually drop a marker down and take a look around at exactly where that driver is. So we've got Street View built in. Let's go ahead and turn the cloud layer off. And we can also demonstrate all of the road conditions. So I'm going to go ahead and turn them on for a moment just to show what the road conditions do. And it just takes a moment to load them all up because there's quite a few of them. So what I've done here is I've placed a marker for each road condition that I found, just so that a manager can have a good generalized view of what the road conditions are like. Now, these markers are all set to a default gray right now, but what they will be set to are different color codes based on the conditions found. So green would be bare dry, blue would be bare wet road conditions, white would be snow, etc. All right, so it's going to go ahead and turn that off so we got another clear view. There we go. All right, so that's the map view. If we want to, we can click on list view and it'll actually give us a list of all of the different trips that were either canceled, in progress, completed, etc. And if we want to, we can actually drill down to the details of each of these trips. So we can take a look at a completed trip, and by clicking details, it will pull up the PDF report that was generated for this trip. And in this PDF report, we have all of the information about the trip, including the actual path taken, the conditions encountered, road conditions encountered, detailed trip log, including all communications, and the weather report are all included on each and every each and every trip completed. Go ahead and close that. We can also view a trip in progress. And if the trip is in progress, we will have a few different tools that we can work with, different commands. So we can check in, we do a manual check-in, we can complete the trip, cancel the trip, or report an incident for this driver. View the directions that the driver is taking, and view the trip log as well. So I don't have anything recorded there, so that trip log is empty at the moment. Okay, in addition to the list view, there's also trip logs, which give us a detailed view of each of the different trips and the communications involved for the day. So in addition to all this real-time information and real-time communications, the manager also has the ability to generate reports. Let's go ahead and click on Generate Reports here, and you'll see a nice friendly calendar pops up, and we have the ability to create a report for an individual driver or the entire team themselves. So the calendar is interactive. We can easily select a date range, and it will put the date range in there for us. Or we can easily select the last 3 months, which we're going to do here. And let's go ahead and generate a report for myself. All right, so you can see the date range selected was July 1st through September. And in that time, I completed 67 trips. You see a breakdown of the low risk, moderate, and high risk trips. We get quite a few different chart views here showing risk level analysis. 92% of the time was low risk, a couple of moderate risk trips in there. We can see a breakdown of the hazards encountered. Now these hazards are generated from the questions asked prior to traveling. So 25% or say 30% of the time it was my first time traveling. In addition to that, we can see a breakdown of the road conditions encountered during each of these trips. So 90% of the time it was bare dry, 10% of the, or 9% of the time it was bare wet, and that makes sense based on the date selection that we have selected. And at the very bottom of the page, we get a trip detail of every single trip selected between that time frame, and we can go ahead and easily click and view the actual PDF report that was generated for each of these trips. Let's jump back here for a moment, and we're going to go last 3 months, so we're going to pull up Team View. Now the Team View gives us a little more information here. It gives us a breakdown of the team members, the distance they traveled, trips completed, etc. But it also gives us team totals and team charts. We can see that 90% of all trips were low risk. There were a couple of high risk trips and a couple of moderate risk trips in there as well. With the team view, we can see all hazards encountered by the team, including road conditions encountered by the team. And again, we get a list of every single team member's list of trips completed down at the bottom here. Very powerful information that they can use to help keep the roads safe here. So in addition to that, we have the ability to create a manual trip for a driver if they don't have access to Wi-Fi or a cell phone or can't get GPS location. We can take care of that for them. We can easily come in here and manage drivers, adding new drivers, or simply editing a current driver if they have a new phone, new unit number. We can activate, disable, etc. And we can even change their password, send it via SMS, or simply email them the instructions if they need it. So there you have it. There's a good overview of the mobile app and the console view for jSTAR Journey Management. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video if you've made it all the way to the end. Wow, I much appreciate that. If you guys have any questions, comments, etc., you can always email me, kevin.pace@jstar.ca, or you can go visit the website, jstar.ca, or you can message me on Facebook. There's lots of different ways. LinkedIn, you can get a hold of me any which way. So again, thank you very much for your time and have a wonderful day.